Coming to the management, like today we are going to present from the part of AMC, the management summary and composites in 3D, like how to get safely into the future, what's about the future, like how it will be there in the future. And first, I would like to thank 90 Labs, COTIC, XFK in 3D, S. A. and Gradle and the industry and Saiga for their cooperation and collaboration during the study. And thanks a lot for all the study partners who have been very motivated during the study. And today, like coming to the content, like we'll be having a short overview about what's AMC is about and what is the study motivation and what's the international significance of it, and a few results, what are the market states, what are the market shares of this, and then a sample result of one of the process technology. So you can have a feeling like what we'll be getting the results out of the study and how we can take a benefit out of the study. So coming to the AMC background, as in the first topic, like basically it was a management consulting and the technology house, like where we'll be utilizing our both management principles and also and also simultaneously from the technology side. So it's a combination of the management and the technology, and basically we work for the lightweight innovations, and we are in Penzberg, which is south of Munich near the Alps. And we also conduct the management seminars and also university lectures, and basically we follow from the management principles and guidelines. And coming to the publications, Mr. Rainer Kurek, like who has founded this AMC in 2001, and basically he has written a lots of automotive specialist books, and also we have done 5 market and technology studies. So finally our aim is what we need to manufacture a product, or we need to go into the product according to the market requirements. So in the lightweight innovations like the polycarbonate glazings, we basically take the innovations onto the road, like to the market. So there have been many lightweight innovations in the FRP application, polycarbonate glazings, and also the smart textiles. And to incorporate one more thing, it's an XFK in 3D process technology. So it's called a space winding also. And here, coming to the background and the references, like there have been Mr. Kurik, like he's from an automotive background, where his father has been developing a prototype realization of the whole complete car. So it's from GT1 to GT7, which are right now. Some of the cars are in UK. So it's a prototype manufacturing or prototype realizations of the whole complete vehicle. Around 80% of the vehicle will be manufactured in house, and the rest, the engine, for example, it's been taken from the Porsche. So motorsport background, like we've done a couple of projects regarding the ultra lightweight, and in the Le Mans, as you all been very aware of Le Mans, like in 2011, 10, 11 and 13, like there are some of the components in the racing. And the industrial background, like there have been lots of innovative projects that has been taken from the industries, and also the innovative uh, applications wise, where since we have been working and all together in the lightweight construction from 25 years. And we have been collaborated with an FH Tires and management center St. Gallen, where it's in the highest end of the management center. So where Mr. Purik has been worked over there, and then he has brought the lots of experiences and the management principles of St. Gallen. So, and then like it's been adopted for the automotive applications also. So a technology with a proper management systems always wins a positive side of the market. And also in 2017, like XFRP, here the lightweight design projects for an aviation, also in the aerospace sectors. So to conclude this, like we are the highly qualified consulting, training, and the technology company for the lightweight innovations. And basically, our motive is our lightweight competences for the lighter world, lightweight design for the lighter world. So, what was our motivation of the study? Basically, it was during the Corona time. Like all the companies has been due to the lack of innovation and due to the lack of things, everything. We all know that it was in a disorder. So, to give a proper order, to give a proper orientation to the companies in the field of ultra lightweight construction, and also in the field of new innovative products into the market. So this was our major glimpse to have this market and technology study. So as we all know that like everywhere there's only a talk, but there should be something which needs to be realized for the environmental or the climate protection. So everyone speaks about CO2 emissions, global warming potential, but it's a time to act right now. Like the corona taught us, like we need to act right now rather than to think for ages. So it's we need to act. So for the environmental and the climate protection, the resource conservation, so to act immediately, this was our motivation to give the companies or to give the organizations a proper, clear, strategic way so that they can take a right initiative at the right time and what's the market required exactly, and to also plan the strategic process related and the structural responsibilities to take a right decisions for the medium and long term success of the companies. So to be precise over here, it gives the strategic process related and the structural orientation to take the right decisions for the medium and the long term. As nowadays everything depends on the supply chains, like due to the corona, for example, every supply chain that has been collapsed. So companies which have been completely dependent on the supply chain in the globalization, for example, or without an innovation, so creating only the standard process. So it's been difficult, but for the innovative process, it gives us a clear orientation how do we reach our goals and how can we incorporate this. So and also our aim was to provide all broader industrial, scientific, and media group target group to have a clear, concrete, and measurable and accessible informations regarding the composites innovations. Where can we go? We can be getting over this. So where are we right now? Was a question. Was one of the answers that you could find, and where can we go? Also, it's been available, so it gives us a clear strategic goals for the future. So and also to provide a positive and encouraging forward strategies for all the 6 highly innovative ultra lightweight constructions that has been taken into account in the study. So this was our motivation regarding the market and technology study, and it was a starting point. And so, as I've said, you coming to the international significance of the ultra lightweight construction. So here, ultra lightweight construction, it's one of the most important technical discipline for all the different market segments. It's not only for specific for aerospace or for the space segment, but for all the market segments it's been using over. I mean, it's very important. Sports and leisure, like it, of course, it increases the human performance and also safety by utilizing it. The object over on Earth is very light, then we can increase our performance and also the safety. In motor mountaineering, in cycling, you all need and ultra lightweight components. So we have been also developed some of the components for sports and leisure segment also. And automotive, coming to the automotive, like there's always reduction in the rolling resistance. The range will be increased, so the resource efficiency can be highly utilized over here. So as I've said you, like right now, I mean, uh, people are only looking for the corona as the most dangerous or most, but more than that, like the CO2 emissions from the vehicles, which has a longer impact on the next generations than corona. Like corona, like it could be relieved in more like, I don't know, like around 5 to 6 months, but there's an end point over there. But the CO2 emissions and the global warming potential, when you consider that, it could be all affected in the next generation. So it's our responsibility to save the nature and to use a proper utilization of the resources what we have. So in the aerospace segment, it reduces the fuel consumption and also increases flying range. So here coming to all the ultra lightweight construction, the main aim is to increase the resource efficiency. So if there is an increase in the resource efficiency, if there is absolutely zero percentage of material waste, so we can increase our efficiency of the resources, and also we can decrease the carbon footprints. And all these ultra lightweight construction technologies, strategies, and process, uh, it's not only required that only we use less resources, but it should maintain the proper functionality or the proper stiffness of the whole component. That's a very tricky part. Like we need to increase the we need to increase the resource efficiently simultaneously by keeping in mind over the all the functionality of the components and also the stiffness and the mechanical and all the other properties that are required. So as I've said you, like the key objectives are always to improve energy and resource efficiency, protect the environment and the climate, and to ensure successful business development in a both simultaneous way. So this is our basically the international significance of the ultra lightweight construction. So here, for this purpose, we have taken into account and made lots of 20 with a 25 more than 25 highly qualified persons. The major, I mean the majorly the all the six different process technologies has been analyzed, evaluated, and a proper orientation is defined over here. To give you some of the things like coming, what are the market shares over here? As I've said, Joe, the six different process technologies were 3D printing with the continuous fibers and the patch placement, a space winding with the continuous fibers, press molds. That press molds means like it's like a water process or the compression molding, or yeah, which are the standard process of the compression molding. And the pultrusion, as we all know, the pultrusion from ages right now, and automotive tape and fiber placement. So here coming to the market shares, like pultrusion and the tape proving or the fiber placement has a highest huge market shares, as they have been existence in years. And press molds with preforms also has a good market shares over here around 21.8 percentage. And space winding, patch placement, and 3D printing, like it has also a good market shares. These are like a babies right now. Like it has a very bright and a very high end future in the coming days to accompany all the pultrusion market shares and different process technology market shares. Because from these process we can have a very less weight component, ultra lightweight component with increase in stiffness. So and so now we got the market shares of those. Now we need to see which market segment can we go with the ultra lightweight? So after the evaluation from the highly qualified, after the interviews, after the evaluating process, the aerospace segment has a high impact with the ultra lightweight construction, which is around 22.3 percentage, and slightly it could be very miracle like in the medical technology also, like it's around 12.2 percentage. So and of course with an automotive engineering also, so every segment has a good market share. So with an ultra lightweight construction, like we can go into our specific market segments, we can take this as a reference and look for which market segments we can have a high impact for the business development. These are the success potentials in respective market segments. And coming to the results, like here we have characterized into two different things. Like one is the application related and the process related. So some process technologies, for example, which has a huge application related success criteria, and in a similar way it's difficult to manufacture. So by considering all the factors of the application related criteria and the process related criteria, we have been given like all the ratings and all the measurements have been done. So here the weight saving potential, for example, you can see in the application related, like it has a 13.8 percentage, like, and also the calculation and the simulation capability. So we need to see before entering into any one of the process technology, we need to know what is the calculation and simulation capability and what is the interface integration. Can we use a hybrid components over here and additional functional mapping? What can we add in terms of like we can add titanium as a supports, or what is the best possibilities? So is it possible to add in this? So all these are taken into consideration, and also the geometric degree of freedom of the fibers. So if we have a high-end geometric degree of freedom of the fibers, then we can make a complex and complicated models. So these also have been analyzed coming to the application related success criteria by taking some of the criteria, some of the important points from the application side and from the process that is in the development side. So yeah, these are the process related criteria. So what is the production efficiency of one particular process? What can we achieve? These all have been evaluated and been incorporated from the experts who are working for more than 25 years in the composites industries. So coming to the acting chart of the space winding, where we took it as an example. So from these, we'll be getting to know like where can we go, like what are the current milestones, where do we stand right now. We'll be getting to know from it. These are all the different process related and the application related criteria, and where do they stand with the process and with the specific field. So we'll be getting to know what can be improved and what can be stay stable and where are we right now. So it gives us a clear straightforward things that we can be using it for the development purpose. So that coming to here, the calculation for the space winding, like only taking it as an example for the space winding, like this is the current graph over here, and this is the balance line. So here M2, the calculation and the simulation capability should be improved. It's a bit below the level of improvement. So it needs to be improved. So the company who are working with the space wine will be getting will take this into the account and improve their skills in their respective department. So this is the reflection of the market, like what it sees and what can be improved. So here M16 is the accuracy and dimensional. M6 is and weight saving potential. So it has a very high weight saving potential. So this could be one of the leading one. So in the same way, all these process and application related criteria are taken into the account, and we need to improve it for the business development and in our forward strategy. And this is a customer value of the all the six process technologies. Like here we can see this is a line of balance. This is below the line of balance. You can see the black line. So below the line of balance, it's a positive customer value area, and above it's a negative customer value area. So it's all depends on the price quality ratio. So here we can see pultrusion, like it has been it has been already optimized to its best level. So the price quality ratio, if you see over here, it's for the aerospace applications and for some of the various high-end applications, it should be, I mean, it should be further optimized. So the quality should be improved. So this is a line of balance over here, and all these are the placements. And this is our market stand right now, like what the market think over here. Yeah. So all this space winding, it's all in the positive customer value, and also 3D printing, where it's very optimized for the high-end components for a very dimensional accurately component. So everyone or every process technology has its own advantages and its uniqueness over here, and we can look for the advantages and also resolve our things so that we'll be coming down to our positive customer value. Yeah. Thank you very much. And do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you very much for your presentation, Shari.
Thank you.
Now, as you said, we can open the floor for questions or comments. But I might just launch a quick poll to know who is actually already using composites in the attendance. So if you can answer this question, I'll just leave it for a minute. Then it gives us a good idea. It seems that a lot of people are already using composite technologies. Just leave it for a few more seconds. That everybody can give their opinion. Okay, we are still at 0% on the other materials. So at least we can have some challenging questions from experts. Excellent. Yes, and as you can all see now, obviously we are all within composite technologies. That's good, so we can go into the depths. So now feel free to ask the questions about the study or in general also, if you have challenges and would like to get in touch with some experts here.
So basically from the study, like we can get to know like where are we right now, what are the improvements that we can, where do we go, and also there will be how can we achieve our targets. So all these three questions will be answered in the study in a more detail according to all the 6 process technologies in a detail. And I have a question, Mr. Yannick,
Sure.
It's when you see the presentation, the customer value chart, like the 3D printing is in a bit higher with the negative customer value. So how can you improve to come into the positive? I mean, what are your basic strategies and challenges that you're facing?
And I guess here also 3D printing is a pretty big environment, big landscape. So there's different target markets. Some are more mature. There's a jigs and fixture prototyping is well known, and then there's some other markets which are currently being built. Some application use cases. I guess we really have to prove the added value in several markets. And as you spoke about, aerospace is evident. Medical, we see a lot of potential also. And then with the proof of some use cases and the scaling in some industries, we will certainly also have a different opinion from in a future survey from where 3D printing is actually located on the scale. I would say it correlates with the maturity of some technologies, which is logical.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes, we had one question from Alexander, which was asking how long was the duration of the study. Can you say something?
The study, like it was the methodology and the duration of the study, like it took around 6 months, like where it was started in the March and it was still in August, September, it took the study, the whole study, which comes out. So it took around 6 months. And coming to the methodology, how we have been developed the study, like we have, as you have seen, with all the application related criteria and the process related criteria that has been, and also some of the other various questions related to all the 6 different markets, like all the 6 different technologies have been placed into have been interviewed with all the experts in the ultra lightweight construction and also in the composites, of course. So, and from the results of the interview, which have been evaluated and then interpreted for the further uses. So it has been first evaluated from all the interviews, and the interpretation has been made for the answers, how can we achieve and where do we go.
Okay, thanks, Shari.
Thank you very much.
Just
maybe if I can ask a question directly.
Yeah, sure, Alex. Go on.
So just to get it right, it took 6 months, and the methodology you had was also within this 6 months, or did you develop the methodology in before? No.
Yeah, it was, the methodology has been developed before, because due to 5 years, like we have made 5 different studies. Last year it was a space study, winning strategies for the materials. It's completely oriented towards the materials. In 2019 it was a space study, and in 2020 we have developed this study. So we already have been done 5 market and technology studies till now. So our main thing was like to combine the management effectiveness and the technology and work together. That was the aim of AMC.
Okay.
Thank you for the question.
Are there any more questions from the audience?
I have more questions,
Sure, go
but I don't want to be the only one who's speaking.
It's okay. Somebody has to, Alex.
Okay, when I try to remember the market share chart, so these were the shares you have seen or you have got from expert interviews.
Yeah,
I mean, there is a pool of experts in this study, and from these experts, I mean, they come from major industries. Let's say aerospace is well represented, automotive too. Then from this pool, so of course we can elaborate in detail about this, but this is certainly not a full market picture, but it's from the sample.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. And do you see any shifts then? So do you see, maybe when I see 3D printing with continuous fibers is small, kind of small, let's say this. Yeah. So what do you maybe expect, or what did you see during the study what could be potential shifts in the
I
future?
just said you in the presentation, these are babies right now, like when coming to pultrusion.
Yeah.
Even my grandfather says they were using the pultrusion. So these are like the innovative processes, and you can see like it has a huge drastic change in the coming 5 years with proper management approach, like if we go into it.
But it's a valid point, Alex, that besides these values, which is actually a picture of today, the growth numbers behind in expected growth in the next years and development is not completely anti-correlated, but there's certainly a lot of development in this more flexible ways to produce applications.
And you have the growth potential also in the study. I mean, it's just a glance of the results.
Assumptions. Right? So, we have assumptions on this.
Okay. Good.
Oh, there's a question from Andrea Bolengi about the experts interviewed for this study, how they were selected.
The experts. So here, like we can see, like the OEMs has a different opinion, has a different opinion, and the research coming to the OEMs research. So everyone has a different opinions on different. For example, if you go to the professor and ask him, like he'll be talking more regarding the research. When we go to the OEMs, and they'll be more talking about the price quality ratio. We need to have a less weight with the price of less, so which is completely not possible, but which is not completely possible.
I guess, Shari, the question, I guess, is really how these experts personally were selected. So maybe here we have to say that, I mean, AMC is in the business for quite a while, and they have developed both on the public institution side and on the private company side a lot of contacts.
From OEMs, from also the research centers. So all has been taken into account, and the expertise over who are more than 20 years. And so we have taken into account, and then we have interviewed them with a questionnaire.
But coming back, I mean, to the question, basically after the webinar, because I see the time is running also, we will send out an email with summary of the study. Yeah. And there you will also get first data about the kind of persons which were interviewed, the industries represented, and so on.
Yeah, surely. You can incorporate that into the email. And
cool.
Maybe one more question.
Yes,
It could potentially be like the roundup question. After the study, what are you doing with the results? So what are your future activities? What are you looking into when thinking about this specific topic?
In this specific topic, like, as I've told you, like it's to give a broader knowledge to all the industrial segments, to tell them like where are they right now. It's easier to give anything like only to tell like where are they, but here we also from the interpretation of the results, so we'll be giving a right strategy where they can go and what are their add-on values and where are they lacking and what they need to be improved. So all these questions will be answered in it in a very
maybe here's a point of view also of one of the participants, protagonists in this study, because we are of course very focused on developing a 3D printing process, but looking also at the challenges. I mean, we know some of the challenges per se, but it's also good to have some data and some statistical facts behind. We are also, of course, looking at how to develop our technology to, let's say, answer more of those challenges. And here, I mean, I already mentioned that to you, Alex, but we are also looking how to hybridize, so how to really make hybrid processes to answer specific challenges and specific applications. So why not to use 3D printing or another very accurate or very precise method with a faster process. So let's say you could print preforms and over-inject them and so on. So this is always a good trigger point, a good starting point to identify the pain points, the pros and cons of different technologies in a statistical way and not only on gut feeling or on experience, and move forward also on the technological roadmap.
Yeah. To have to make a right forward strategy for the coming years. Like, for example, like if we are more focused on the calculation and the simulation. So, but the market is looking for the other thing, the production efficiency. So if we are working on the unrelated thing for the long time, we are investing all the time instead of in a non-focused criteria. So we can shift our change or shift our future plans in the right way according to the requirement.
Yeah, okay.
I guess in a certain way it's also overlapping, or it's confirming also certainly what you see in the AZL network and why there is a need of networks and exchange among industry. Even sometimes we are competitors, but at the end it's really about making the shift toward composites.
Composites will only be achievable when you combine knowledge, expertise, and processes.
Just like the materials, we need to make composites also in solutions.
Together we are stronger.
Correct.
Thanks.
Thanks, Alex, for your questions.
Thank you very much.
And at this point, I mean, one last round, if somebody wants to ask a question. And if not, I would say thanks for your participation. We will forward an email including a summary of the survey, and if you have specific questions, want to dig deeper into some topics, just feel free to contact Shari or myself. We are happy to answer any questions.
Yeah.
Have a great day, a good week, and see you soon.
Thank you very much for all the participants, and also Mr. Yannick, thank you very much for your work, for the work. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.